Hello and welcome to Cinemastrophe. I'm Perignon, saving you from getting ripped off. Well, it's August once again, and you know what that means. Time for another month of dedications. If it seems that I'm less than enthusiastic, it's because I have the task of reviewing the most painstakingly, god-awful, horrendously bad movie, Battleship. Yeah, no, I switched it. What do you mean there's no robots in Battleship? But what about that thing with the guy? And that other thing in the water? And those things in the air? Really? Aliens? Wait, then that means I have to... Oh dear God.
Yes, that other toy movie presented by Hasbro, which I find has a 50-50 approval rating among audiences. Half of the audience love the movie, of course most of those are just dick-eating Michael Bay, while the other half loathe this movie entirely. But again, most of those people are just obsessed, crazed fanboys.
I'm sorry, that's not correct.
Okay, and girls.
Which is why today I'm going to settle that argument once and for all. So, Optimus, if you'd please.
Let's roll! What the hell I was going to do? Every time I stand in front of you, so you don't have disrespect. How far can you take that bullshit? Now it's time to get this shit on. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's wrong. All bets are off. Bang!
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle, kill, destroy the evil forces.
The movie begins with a very flimsy exposition narrated to us by Optimus Prime.
Before time began, there was the cube.
What cube? Rubik's Cube?
See? Other children have worse problems.
By the way, nothing can exist before time because time is existence, dumbass. Jesus, 5 seconds in and already this movie is making itself questionable. It's gotta be a new fucking record.
We know not where it comes from, only that it holds the power to create worlds and fill them with life.
That's right, I'm God, bitches!
That is how our race was born. For a time we lived in harmony, but like all great power, some wanted it for good, others for evil.
New Yorkers wanted it to be the centerpiece of the East Village.
Yeah, so most of you know the deal already. Cube was lost for thousands of years until they traced it to somewhere here on Earth. We then cut to Qatar in the Middle East where we see an Air Force platoon heading back to base. Now don't worry. I know it seems like there's a lot of them there, but the only names you need to remember is Lennox, played by Josh Duhamel, and Epps, played by Tyrese. The rest of them either get killed or get less and less of a speaking role as the movie progresses. When they get back to base, they get some downtime, which mostly consists of watching Lennox talk to his wife and daughter. Now remember, I brought that up later. When they're attacked by a Decepticon named Blackout. He tries to download some files, but the hard wire is cut before he gets a chance to finish. So he just blows up the whole fucking base. Yeah, that'll sure show them not to stop you from getting their highly classified files. We then meet our main protagonist, Sam Witwicky, played by Shia LaBeouf. Now I know most people hate this kid, but you know what? He doesn't bother me. You know what my problem is? This fucking character. This is one of the most annoying, obnoxious characters I have ever witnessed on screen. Everything he does is in this frantic, hurried, the world is gonna end manner. It's like he's constantly cracked out on speed. I don't know where you're getting your information, Michael, but teenagers don't act this way. Not even the odd ones. Anyway, he's doing a show and tell project. Show and tell? What fucking high school still accepts show and tell? Where he brings in some of his grandfather's stuff, which he also tries to sell, by the way, who supposedly is this great explorer that went crazy while in the Arctic claiming to see some type of Iceman. Giant Iceman. That's very important. God forbid I confuse anybody.
$50 for this, which is a bargain. These are pretty cool. These are my grandfather's glasses. I haven't quite gotten them appraised yet, but they've seen many cool things.
No, this isn't foreshadowing at all. So he needs an A from his teacher in order for his father to buy him a car, but his teacher gives him a B- instead.
Your B-? Dream gone. Kaput. Sir, just ask yourself, what would Jesus do?
Well, if this was based on any type of reality, Jesus would kick your B- ass out the door and tell you to suck it up. Life is full of disappointments.
But no, of course the teacher changes his grade. Maybe he threatened not to shut up until he did. So his father takes him to a used car dealer played by Bernie Mac. You know, I get that a paycheck's a paycheck, but maybe he should have skipped this one when he saw the word mammy in the script.
Lie's not one of them. Especially not in front of my mammy. That's my mammy.
Hey, mammy!
While Bernie Mac is doing the whole mammy shtick, Bumblebee sneaks into the lot pretending to be one of the cars. This, of course, brings up one of many plot holes. Now I get that Bumblebee's probably been stalking Sam for quite some time now, listening to their conversation, but what would he have done if Sam wasn't going to get a car? Suppose his teacher decided not to change his grade. What was the plan B? Was he just going to follow Sam around all the time? I think sooner or later someone's going to notice the same beat-up yellow Camaro everywhere they go.
Yeah, what the heck is it? I don't know nothing about this car. Matty!
What?
What is this? This car, check it out.
I don't know, boss. I've never seen it. That's loco.
Don't go Ricky Ricardo on me, Matty.
The racism only gets worse as we dive deeper into the mind of Michael Bay.
This is a classic engine right here. I sold a car the other day.
And with that, the movie just started on every Transformers fan around the world. And Bay wonders why they want his head on a platter.
Anyway, Sam ends up getting Bumblebee. Meanwhile, back in Washington, the defense secretary, played by John Voight, puts together the greatest technical analyst that the government can find in order to find out who attacked the military base by decoding this signal. Well, that's easy. Tell him what it is, Mark.
It's your dick.
While that's going on, we get to spend time with some more annoying characters, Sam's parents.
There's no footprints.
That's why I built my path. So why don't you go from my grass onto my path, okay?
It's family grass. I can't do it anymore. You're putting girl jewelry on a boy dog. He's got enough self-esteem issues as a chihuahua mom.
That's his bling!
Get used to these two because they're going to become increasingly obnoxious throughout the series, even though their presence in the next two movies serve no real purpose.
So Sam's only real motivation thus far in the movie is to get a girl, which I have to admit is the only realistic thing about his character. Specifically one girl, Michaela, played by Megan Fox. Didn't everybody want to get in her pants after this movie? She gets into a fight with her boyfriend, leading to Sam giving her a ride, during which Bumblebee tries to get him laid.
Now think about that for a minute. The car is trying to get Sam laid inside himself. There are so many things wrong with that scenario, I don't even know where to start.
I would go more into this scene, but then we'd have to deal with some half-assed writer's failed attempt at how a socially awkward teen would act when trying to impress a female. Back to the government side of things, where a Decepticon named Frenzy has managed to sneak his way aboard Air Force One. Really? Nobody noticed or bothered to ask why there's random boom boxes on the plane? I might have bought that in 1984, but this is 2007. Everyone's got an iPod.
Well, it was the Bush administration.
He uses the computer on Air Force One to upload a virus and download some of the files he's looking for before his hack is discovered.
Someone! They're hacking into Air Force One. We need a senior analyst.
Code Red, we have a breach.
Air Force One, someone on board has breached the military network.
They do an emergency landing with Air Force One. It's for fuck's sake, does nobody see this? It's like I'm sitting here watching a bad Looney Tunes cartoon.
This is bad comedy.
Anyway, the information they got leads them to Sam. Speaking of his almighty annoyance, he's busy chasing Bumblebee down because he thinks someone stole him.
911 emergency! My car's been stolen! I'm in pursuit, right? I need all units! The whole squadron, bring everyone! No, don't ask me questions, all right? My father's the head of the neighborhood watch.
This isn't funny!
He then sees Bumblebee transform into a giant robot, which he records on his phone, and then gets arrested. Why?
How crystal clear I am being. He just stood up.
Just stood up. Wow. It's really neat.
Okay, Chiefy. Time to fill her up.
I don't get this. You recorded the image on your phone, so just show it to them. Even if they think the image is fake, at least they know you're not on drugs. They'll just think you're a weird fucking kid.
You are correct. It does not compute.
Back in the Middle East, it turns out that Linux teams survived the attack and are making their way to some kid's village in order to call the military for help. Because Tyrese's character managed to capture an image of Blackout, Blackout sends out Scorponaut to track them down and destroy them. Yeah, I know. Scorponaut was a giant face in the cartoon. Just go with it. To give the movie some credit, this is actually a really good scene. The acting from the actors is never underplayed or over the top. Even when they're attacked by Scorponaut, it's believable that these characters would act this way in a situation that's way over their heads. Just look at the terror and fear on their faces as they run from those mid-roll ads.
Run from those mid-rolls. Let me see this. The hell is that supposed to